Miami, New England, they're both going to stink compared to the Jets and the Bills.
Oof.
So you guys can make your bet over who gets third place.
We just got there right there.
I'm not sold on the Jets.
It's not Jets and Bills.
No, I'm not sold on Jets.
What's
So
wrong
you're not
with the
watching
Jets?
Hard Life then, right? You're not watching Hard Knocks? You're not watching none of it?
Yeah, I'm watching the entertainment. It's entertaining.
Got you.
It's entertaining.
Got you. Heard you.
Yeah, it's entertaining.
Oh, no,
you
it
see
is.
what I'm saying? It's
It
a good
is.
reality show.
Yeah, got it.
It's a good reality show.
Do you think Aaron Rodgers is going to be as good as people think he's going to be?
Nope. I think it's time. I think he got 1 foot out the league.
Ooh.
I do. I think he was close to retiring in Green Bay.
100%.
He was close to retiring. Now all of a sudden he remotivated.
So I'm saying, you know what? When I hear you say that, it comes off like an assumption like he was ready to be done.
Yeah.
Ability-wise, he still can play, though.
But I'm saying,
That's
when that thought process creeps into your mindset as an athlete, you know, when you start having that thought process, you know, when doubt is created in your head, that's a form of weakness. And I'm not saying that Rodgers ain't gonna be good, but he was 1 foot out the door, so I'm not sure if things go bad that way, it can go all the way south. You know, and he already thinking shit, I'm about to retire anyway. If it don't go right this year, I think he done. So I'm factoring those little things in it that, you know, the mindset ain't what it used to be. You know, he's all-time great, 4 times MVP, all of this. New situation, new city, big city. I got to Brooklyn, and when we got to Brooklyn, I was like, shit, it's the end of the road for me. You know, I'm gonna have some fun these last few years. I'm in a big city. I'm in a big city now. You know, I'm gonna enjoy my life, restaurants, and what the big city got to offer. And you know, they may or may not make the playoffs, but it ain't the same when he was in Green Bay.
So let me stay on that because I think you bring up a great point. When you mentally have 1 foot out the door, is it impossible for you to take that foot back in and jump all the way back in?
I just think that the focus ain't quite the same when you were young and stuff. You ain't doing the 6 a.m. consistently anymore. You a little older, so your body can't recover as fast. So you ain't doing all that stuff that made you great. So you older, you around a lot of young guys who you can't relate to. You know, there's gonna be maybe a disconnect at some point, you know, when stuff ain't right. And you start seeing that when you ain't throwing to the young receiver and he over here, he the guy, he's like, man, you know, you feel what I'm saying? You know how that disconnect started getting there when you got older with the young stars? It started becoming a disconnect. And then you be like, man, you could just be like, man, I'm off this shit.
I look at it 2 ways. And then this is perspective. I think when you get older, that's when the 6 a.m.s and the 5 a.m.s come into play because you have to get up early to start your body. You have to get going early. You have to do more when you're older, right? So when I was younger, I probably could work out longer, but I don't know if I was getting up at those 6 a.m.s, 5s, you know what I'm saying? I started really locking in when I probably got like 5 to 7 years in the league. I started getting to whatever. I'm only saying this to say that when I'm watching the entertainment, the reality show, he looks like he is getting along and looks revived.
Sounds good. That's what these shows do.
I'm talking about some shit you can't, listen, Hard Knocks puts you in a position to show what's behind the curtain. So we're watching what's behind the curtain, so to speak, right? Man, you can front some shit. You can't front chemistry. You can't front if I like you or not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about from a professional and coming in doing your job. They're showing an intricate version of Aaron Rodgers that none of us have seen. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it on television.
They had the script, my
guy.
guy.
I got that. I'm just talking about the believer part. Okay, so when I heard you talk, I heard you sound like you was a non-believer in that. I'm the believer in the other side. And then the other side, I'm saying, if he had a foot out that was in Green Bay you even told me this about Boston, being in Boston, it was wearing on you. You know what I'm saying? You came in there and you got the losing and it made you question, did you want to do this? Well, that situation came off very parallel to what you were saying.
No, I wasn't older then, though.
Green Bay.
I can bring it back.
I'm just talking about being in a place overwhelmed with just emotional loss and stuff like this. We've been there, right? He looked like he was over the Green Bay situation and looks revived in the Jets situation. That's what I'm saying. And not only that, but he got some great continuity with some great young players on both sides of the ball and the coach. When I'm watching that shit, again, I'm the believer. Continuity and all that shit look like it's working. Behind the closed doors, you get to hear the intricate version. They got Dalvin Cook. They got the one of the best fucking running backs that still has something in the tank. I'm talking about all the pieces the Jets are putting together.
Yeah,
I'm talking about
he good.
So that's what I'm saying.
He's good.
I don't know what the Green Bay Aaron Rodgers talking about. I'm talking about this New York Aaron Rodgers looks revived. He looks younger. He's outside of himself. He's Man, from the Aaron Rodgers I heard and what I'm seeing, he was nothing like that in Green Bay. So he looks revived. I wasn't over the Celtics stuff. So when we got to Brooklyn, I was sitting up there thinking like, we're going to help the Brook Lopez's and Darren Williams and the Joe Johnsons get on the other hump.
Yeah.
Guess how they was looking at me and Pete? Nah, y'all Celtics, y'all not one over here. Here, carry us. And that's what the Jets look like when they talk to Aaron Rodgers. They are believing in their man.
Yeah.
They're believing in his whatever he has. And that's where it starts first. So I think the Jets is great for the narrative. I think it's great for what football is throwing at us because it's got us excited, right? Because I can't remember the last time during tennis season when I was this excited about football coming into the first season.